Tonight, approving a plan to make sure the doctor is in Ottawa.
We've started to address the remote areas and getting them access to family physicians, but we haven't really concentrated on the inner city urban areas.
Short almost 300 primary care physicians, how the city hopes to recruit doctors and hold on to them. They say you can either sink, swim, or be the captain.
You never want to lose a player of his stature, but that's part of the game.
The Sens will have to find a way to rise without theirs. Brady Tkachuk knocked out of action in the first home game of the year, could miss 4 weeks. And making a list with ChatGPT and checking it twice.
I have 4 kids, so it makes it easier to get ChatGPT to help me organize it.
Could AI reshape the way Canadians shop this Christmas? Good evening. We begin tonight with the city moving forward with a plan to address a dangerous doctor shortage in the capital. The detailed strategy, which will include an ambassador to help recruit and retain family doctors, getting approval at City Hall today. It comes as tens of thousands are without a primary care provider and as the province ramps up efforts to address a healthcare crisis. CTV's Austin Lee was at City Hall for today's meeting. Joins us live with more on this, Austin.
Well, Patricia, a recruitment ambassador, just one part of a 10-point plan approved by committee today. The mayor and councillors are underlining that healthcare is ultimately the province's jurisdiction, but it's time to do what they can to help.
There were several years when we did not have a family doctor, and we used walk-in clinics occasionally, but then occasionally we were forced to use emergency in the hospitals.
Dean Frank considers himself lucky. He has a family doctor now, but not long ago he was one of tens of thousands of Ottawa residents without one.
We were forced to go to an emergency clinic, and we got in and out in 3 or 4 hours, but I know that was very expensive and really a waste of taxpayers' money and a doctor's time, but we really had no choice at that point.
And it's a common story in the nation's capital. City staff say in 2022, more than 165,000 people in Ottawa were unattached, meaning they were without a primary care provider. And that number is climbing.
We have one of the worst attachment rates in the province by far, and our numbers are over 200,000 are unattached.
The city needs at least 270 new primary care providers, and that doesn't include pending retirements.
It's a really difficult job. They're complex patients. There are issues with remuneration. It's sometimes an issue where there are just more attractive areas to practice.
To help achieve its goals, a city committee approved a 10-point plan to recruit and retain primary care providers. Some highlights: the creation of an ambassador position to promote Ottawa to potential candidates, explore opportunities to contribute land or space to create or expand non-profit medical centres, designing a recruitment plan targeting medical school and residency programs, and pushing the province to remove barriers limiting where and when family doctors can practice.
Our situation, as always, is unique, and we just want that recognized by the provincial government.
For Frank, he's hoping the city's plan will lead to results.
I'm hearing a number of people in our local community say, does anybody know of a family doctor?
What's not included in this 10-point plan, any direct financial incentives to attract primary care providers to the capital. That is something that we've seen in other communities, specifically rural areas, but city staff say that approach pits municipalities against each other. Patricia.
All right, CTV's Austin Lee live for us tonight. Thank you. And you can scan the QR code on the bottom of your screen to link to us online or visit ctvnewsottawa.ca. We have more details on this 10-point strategy designed to attract new family doctors to the capital. Well, optimism about this edition of the Ottawa Senators has been building through the preseason, but in just the first home game of the regular season, a blow no one saw coming. The captain injured, unable to finish yesterday's home opener, and the prognosis is not great. CTV's Stefan Keys joins us now with what we know about Brady, Steph.
Patricia, you're right. It's not looking great. It looks as though Brady Tkachuk will be out for several weeks after he was injured during yesterday's game against the Nashville Predators.
And finally touched up by the Predators. And Ottawa is going to have a 2-man advantage for 37 seconds as Tkachuk is incensed with Roman Josi.
So in case you missed it, that was the moment Tkachuk's hand or wrist was injured. It happened in the first period after a cross-check from Nashville captain Roman Josi. He briefly went back to the dressing room, but returned to the game, though he didn't play in the final 9 minutes today. Head coach Travis Green saying it will be at least a month before Tkachuk returns to the ice.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You know, you never want to lose a player. You never want to lose a player of his stature, but that's part of the game. So we're not going to sit and dwell on it. And much like anyone else that gets hurt, you move on, and you move on quickly. And Brady will be around our team and be the captain that he is, but won't be playing.
The injury happened while the stands were packed for the home opener. It is certainly not the news fans were hoping to hear at the start of a new season. Green says medical staff are evaluating whether surgery is an option. We are expected to learn more in the next 24 hours, so the team will be returning to the ice without their captain when they take on the Sabres in Buffalo tomorrow night, Patricia.
And the coach may not dwell on it, but the fans just might for a bit. Not great, Steph. Thanks very much for this. CTV's Stephane Keys live for us tonight. Well, with Thanksgiving over, many are now starting to think about Christmas. And as the holiday shopping begins, a new survey shows that even amid uncertainty about the economy, Canadians are expecting to spend a little more this year. According to Deloitte Canada, holiday spending is expected to increase by about 3% this year, with Canadians anticipating spending an average of $1,500 on gifts. CTV's Caitlin Wilson joins us live now with more on that. And Caitlin, this survey also reveals something interesting about how Canadians are shopping and using AI.
Yeah, that's right, Patricia. From ChatGPT to personalized discounts on your phone, artificial intelligence is changing how Canadians are getting ready for the holidays. The report shows many are already using AI, even as some say they'd rather do it themselves. Amanda Kiley isn't shopping for the holidays just yet, but she's already getting a little help from ChatGPT.
I get it to help me because I have 4 kids, so it makes it easier to get ChatGPT to help me organize it. I do ask where to go. Deloitte's new holiday retail outlook found half of those surveyed have used artificial intelligence in the past 3 months, up from 33% last year. And about 1 in 4 say they plan to use AI tools this holiday season. But whether it's online or in person, one thing hasn't changed. Most consumers are still chasing discounts.
AI is being leveraged to ensure that you get the most personalized experience from the brand and that they're resonating with you across all channels.
And while some are using AI to do custom searches, compare products, and get inspiration, the survey found only 17% of consumers fully trust AI and 70% worry about how much personal information it collects.
We'll be at the kitchen table, we'll talk about something we're looking at getting, and then all of a sudden, the next day, something pops up, so obviously it's a little bit spooky.
Others, like Ann Scott, who is picking up an online order, say she doesn't mind the occasional personalized discount as long as the technology doesn't go too far.
I'm not big on artificial intelligence because it drives me crazy that Big Brother is watching everything you might search.
Deloitte says on average, 1 in 4 shoppers now expect retailers to use AI, but earning the trust of consumers could be the biggest deal of all.
I think it's a very interesting concept, but I'm also a little bit concerned what they do with that data.
And another interesting find in the survey, more people are shopping earlier this year and plan to spend the majority of their holiday budget in October and November. Patricia?
What to buy for my reporter colleagues. It's all going in there. Thanks for this, Caitlin. CTV's Caitlin Wilson live tonight. Still ahead, a gift of love 1,000 times over. An incredible milestone for one industrious woman looking to make a small difference in the lives of others. That story coming up. Well, here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. It is 17 degrees in the capital right now. We had a beautiful Tuesday getting back to work after the Thanksgiving weekend, but may not stay quite this warm through the rest of the week, Jackie.
No, Patricia, and that's why we need to take advantage of today as the sun continues to shine. And we did see above seasonal temperatures for today, and a lot of people out here at Champlain Lookout taking in and getting ready for these sunset views. Now, we can see that many taking advantage of the clear conditions here in Ottawa. You can expect the conditions to carry on into the overnight, where lows will be closer to about 6 degrees. Now for your Tuesday, there will be likely more of a breeze, especially in the afternoon, with chillier temperatures too, because daytime highs, they're just getting to about 13 degrees. Now right now across the region, temperatures are sitting between 18 and 19 degrees for Pembroke as well as Brockville. Slightly warmer down by Kingston and Trenton at 20 degrees, and we did see daytime highs between 20 and 21. Now, cool, breezy, and dry conditions will carry us into the most of the week. And yes, things will be warming up, but there is a greater chance of widespread rain. We'll have those details later in the show. Patricia.
Police are investigating a bank robbery in Old Ottawa East. Officers were called to the Scotiabank on Main Street at Hawthorne just before 10 o'clock this morning. Police have provided few details about just what happened, but it appears someone may have broken through a fence and door at the back of the building. Both are damaged. There was a large police operation in the area this morning, but it wrapped up about 11:30. No one has been arrested, and police have not released any suspect descriptions. They say no one was hurt. Ontario Provincial Police are investigating 2 fires in eastern Ontario. They both broke out this morning in the township of Edwardsburg Cardinal, around an hour south of Ottawa. One happened at 4 a.m. at a house on Adelaide Street, the second at the fire station in Cardinal. Police say a man was fleeing the scene when he crashed into another car. He is now in police custody. A 23-year-old man is facing charges after allegedly sexually touching a child at a Gatineau Park over the weekend. An officer on patrol in the area of Pierre-Lafontaine Park noticed a man chasing someone Saturday afternoon. The man told the officer the suspect sexually assaulted his 4-year-old. Police say no one was injured. The suspect is expected to be charged with assault and sexual interference. And the Ottawa Police Guns and Gangs Unit is investigating a Thanksgiving Day shooting in the capital. It happened in the 1700 block of Russell Road near Industrial Avenue yesterday afternoon. Police say no one was injured. Anyone with information is asked to contact police. An Eastern Ontario mayor is calling for the local council to be dissolved as tensions reach a boiling point. After months of turmoil, dozens of Integrity Commissioner complaints, and explosive council meetings, residents say the Rideau Lakes Council is dysfunctional and are calling for something to change. CTV's Tyler Fleming spent the day in the township, about an hour and a half southwest of Ottawa.
We need people to speak up.
Margot Sortberg has lived in Portland, Ontario for 40 years. And she says she's never seen a township council quite like this.
You go and you vote every year and you assume that they're going to do their job, but they can't even function.
Tensions boiled over on October 6th. Councillors were focusing on 7 Integrity Commissioner reports when shouting erupted from the gallery.
I'm sorry, this is enough bull.
Councillor Deborah Hutchins crossed the floor to confront the resident face to face.
You don't tell me what to do.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
The event, caught on council video, ended with Hutchins calling police. The meeting was cut short, with staffers saying the environment was unsafe.
Like, what is that?
I am not.
It's the latest clash in what's become one of Ontario's most divided councils.
It really feels like in a lot of cases it's just a clash of a lot of egos on all sides.
The council, made up of 8 members and a mayor, has filed nearly 30 Integrity Commissioner complaints this term alone.
I don't know if it's just the people that are there can't work together, that particular bunch, or what it is, but we just need them to be gone.
Now the township's mayor is asking the province to step in and dissolve council, calling a new election, saying that it is beyond repair and that taxpayers deserve better.
It's the right thing to do in this case.
Forfar resident Brian Reel says council has forgotten its mandate to serve the community.
The infighting and, it's just bad. Not good. You're not providing the service that they were elected to do.
Am I calling 911?
Following the October 6th outburst, the township confirmed all meetings will be held virtually, a temporary move under workplace safety rules.
In some ways I feel like it's best to start fresh. In some ways I feel like it really, those who are in seat really should just find a way to work together.
We've given them all the fair chances I think that they need, and they just need to be done.
Tyler Fleming, CTV News, Portland.
Well, turning now to the Middle East, where a ceasefire in Gaza is holding despite growing uncertainty over the next steps. Hundreds of Palestinian prisoners were released yesterday, and the remaining 20 living hostages finally returned to Israel. As CTV's Heather Wright reports, they now face a long road to recovery.
An emotional and painful homecoming as the remains of 4 deceased hostages arrive at the Forensic Institute for Identification in Tel Aviv.
Learning we're only getting 4 of them was a big kick in the stomach.
Rotem Cooper's father, Amiram, was 85 years old when he was kidnapped from Kibbutz Nir Oz on October 7th. He was killed in captivity. His body is still in Gaza. Families were aware that all 28 deceased hostages would not be returned yesterday, but they hoped they would be able to give more proper burials.
It's very clear that Hamas is playing games, that Hamas is not really cooperating, is not really in good faith.
Hamas has said it will take time to find all the bodies as they aren't sure where they are all located. Late tonight, Israel announced Hamas would release more remains, their identities not yet known. In response to the delay, Israel said today it will delay the reopening of the Rafah border crossing into Gaza and reduce the amount of aid allowed in. By how much and for how long is not clear. In Gaza City, bulldozers cleared piles of rubble today, a first step in allowing people to return. But with limited equipment and an estimated 84% of the enclave destroyed, according to the UN, it will be a lengthy process.
We don't have enough equipment, enough loaders or bulldozers to carry out this work.
As Gaza begins to rebuild, questions remain about the durability of this ceasefire and the future of the enclave where Hamas has been trying to reassert itself in recent days. This video, reportedly taken in Gaza City, shows Hamas fighters rounding up several men in a circle and shooting them.
The bottom line is this really a peace deal, or is this only a hostage release deal plus a temporary ceasefire? It's still unclear, but I'm fearful that it's more the latter than the former.
Today, the United Nations put a price tag on how much it will cost to rebuild the enclave, $70 billion, with at least $20 billion needed over the next 3 years. Heather Wright, CTV News, Tel Aviv.
Stay with CTV News for continuing coverage of the Gaza peace deal and the situation in both Israel and Gaza. For updates on radio, you can tune into News Talk 580 CFRA and CTV News channel at any hour. Ontario Provincial Police were busy over the long weekend as officers across Eastern Ontario conducted a Thanksgiving traffic blitz. Between Friday and Monday, OPP laid nearly 1,700 charges. Almost 1,000 of those were for speeding. 102 were for seatbelt violations, 83 for failing to have the proper insurance. 41 people were charged with impaired driving, 29 with stunt driving, and another 27 were caught distracted driving. Well, a warning tonight to transit users in Gatineau. Some STO workers could walk off the job as early as next week. Unionized supervisors are set to begin strike action at midnight Monday. They have been without a contract since 2023. The union is accusing the employer of stalling negotiations. The STO is scheduled to hold a news conference tomorrow to provide an update on negotiations. Well, the CTV Ottawa family is mourning the loss tonight of a television industry pioneer. Former CTV Ottawa president Bryn Matthews has died. In TV's earliest days, Matthews was an accomplished director and producer working on the iconic program Coronation Street. In Ottawa, he produced Canadian classics such as You Can't Do That on Television, Denim Blues, and Homegrown Cafe. In addition to managing CTV Ottawa, he volunteered his time serving on boards for CHEO and the Almont General Hospital. He is survived by his life partner, Gay Bennett, 4 children and 5 grandchildren. Bryn Matthews was 86. Well, a popular restaurant in Manotick has closed its doors for good. Kelly's Landing restaurant, located along the Rideau River, first opened its doors back in 1997. In a Facebook post, the owners say the restaurant's final day in business was last Friday. The message from Dan and Sonia Dunbar says they are retiring and will not be reopening next spring.
Ready for delivery.
Well, just ahead, we'll share the story of how an Ottawa woman is blanketing cancer patients with love, one stitch at a time. Jackie.
Thanks, Patricia. Now the sun is just starting to go down, perfect for the ideal fall photo. Now, hoping to catch the colorful leaves, orange, yellow, and red. Well, it's already peaking at Algonquin, and here in Gatineau, about 90% of the leaves have turned. And if you're heading down here on the weekend, you can catch a shuttle until October 26th. Now, here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. The sun setting along the Ottawa River, overlooking Alexandra Bridge. It's about 17 degrees.
Tonight, beer from Canada filled with methamphetamine.
It was very confined. I could barely walk around.
An innocent young man dead.
He was screaming out, "I'm dying, I want mom. I'm dying, I want mom."
W5 investigates a sophisticated Canadian meth pipeline.
Just this tonnage coming away out of Canada.
How criminals here are getting away with it.
He's obviously trying to lose us.
Tonight on CTV National News and ctvnews.ca.
Well, our popular Team of the Week segment is back. If you want to be a part of our Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week, upload your video to ctvnewsottawa.ca. Well, an Ottawa woman is making sure those going through cancer treatment know they are not alone. For more than a decade, Ruth Shevel has crocheted blankets for the Ottawa Hospital, a passion inspired by her own family's journey. Here's CTV's Leah Larocque.
Now, actually, most crocheters don't tie knots, but I do.
Every stitch is part of a story of compassion and care.
But I like to know that the people are getting this comfort from me.
Over the years, Ruth Shevel has crocheted more than 1,000 blankets.
These are called granny squares.
And donated them to cancer patients who are undergoing treatment.
I get very emotional very easily. Yeah, but it's just something I'm close to my heart.
It's a project that was born after she lost her own daughter, Kelly, 25 years ago.
Oh, she was a bubbly girl. She had an infectious laugh, and she was very much a family girl. They said it would be 2 months, and it was 8 weeks. The cancer just went through her whole body. And I really like turquoise.
Now wanting to help others in the best way she can.
I've heard from many cancer patients that I know, they get cold and chilled going through treatments, so this will help to keep them warm. So I envision them bringing it with them and just using it to help keep them warm and think of the person maybe that made it.
When the blankets are ready to go, Shevel packs them and delivers them to the cancer care center that's part of the Ottawa Hospital. Once the blankets go to the cancer center, Ruth says she doesn't meet the person who will eventually have it, but she says she hopes each blanket comes with a message of warmth and love.
Because it's cancer, I just feel that they need the warmth, they need the love, they need the care, because that's a terrible disease. And it hits everybody. It's not just here and there, it's everybody you talk to. Sorry.
It's a lifelong passion, and Shevel has no intention of slowing down.
Until I can't do it anymore. There's no real goal, it's just as long as I can do it, I intend to do it.
Leah Larocque, CTV News.
Beautiful. Well, hopefully you got a chance to get outside today, because this is the final day with above seasonal temperatures in our forecast. Temperatures climbed to 19 degrees this afternoon, the 5th straight day of above normal weather. The typical temperature for this time of year is around 12 degrees. How beautiful is that? As we head out to where Jackie is in Gatineau Park, where the sun is setting, a little less busy than what it was through the weekend. No doubt, Jackie.
Yeah, I mean, I would really recommend, Patricia, if you want to catch the fall foliage, if you want to catch the sunset, especially here at the Champlain Lookout, go during the weekday, because you'll probably be able to snag a seat and capture some fantastic views, just like we did today here. Now, right now, temperature is sitting about 17 degrees. The sun more or less going down here, but the sky is just stunning. Pink glow among here in Gatineau Park. And we mentioned it, daytime high 19 degrees. Part of eastern Ontario did see daytime highs about 20, 21. Overnight lows really cooling down to about 4 degrees. A few clouds in sight, and they are going to stick around for tomorrow. And it's going to be chillier too. We're only going to see a daytime high of 13 degrees, and you'll notice a bit more of a breeze as well, especially in the afternoon as we get wind gusts of up to 40 kilometers per hour. Across the region now, Overnight lows sitting around 4 to 6 degrees, slightly warm at Kingston, 7 degrees. But by Pembroke as well as Bancroft, temperatures are going to be hovering closer to the freezing mark. Tomorrow's daytime highs, very similar, not getting much past the mid-teens, about 12 degrees along the Seaway. Pembroke at 11 degrees. Good news is lots of sunshine moving in through the valley, which will make things a lot warmer. So that's the good news. Now, across Canada, you can see that the cool weather really kicking in. Temperatures sitting around 13 degrees, Fredericton and Charlottetown. Here in Ontario, temperatures in northern Ontario averaging between 8 and 12 degrees. Quite the difference when you look at southern Ontario, where temperatures in Toronto and Windsor are sitting between 20 and 21 at this moment. And then when we look to our friends in the prairies, wow, temperatures well below 10 degrees, where they're sitting around 5 in Regina, Calgary and Edmonton sitting between 6 and 8. The good news is lots of sunshine, keeping hopefully spirits nice and bright. As we look towards our 7-day forecast, brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business, you can see that the sunshine will continue well into our Wednesday and Thursday. We are getting back to seasonal conditions, though. 13 degrees, the daytime high for Wednesday, as well as for Thursday. And the overnight lows for Thursday into Friday, will be below freezing mark, about -1. It isn't until Saturday, Sunday, and even Monday that the chance for widespread rain across the region is more likely. But we are going to get to warmer temperatures above seasonal. So you mentioned this time of year we do see about 12 degrees. But by the weekend, we'll get to about 16 degrees. Stick around. We are sticking around here at Gatineau Park, hoping to catch some sunset watchers here. We've seen a lot of cyclists come through as well, Patricia, hoping to get a last look at this fall foliage before it disappears. So I'll take it back to you in studio for now.
Those temperatures not bad for this time of October, but the thing I don't like about this time of October is how quickly it is getting dark behind you there. It's way too soon. Thanks, Jackie. Well, coming up, Canadian Tire warning shoppers about a data breach involving customers' personal information. We will share what you need to know after the break.
Tonight, an innocent man dies from meth.
And he was screaming out, I want my mom, I want my mom, I'm dying, I want mom.
Canada's lethal link to New Zealand's growing addiction and how the drug was smuggled in. Later on CTV National News.
Now, some other stories you need to know right now. Canada Post mail delivery has resumed, with workers returning to the job today. CTV's Stefan Keys joins us now with the details on this and other stories. Steph?
Patricia, over the weekend, the union shifted from a nationwide strike to rotating walkouts. The union says the move is aimed at minimizing disruptions. However, Canadians should still expect delays and backlogs. Canada Post has suspended all service guarantees. Workers walked off the job September 25th, hours after the government announced sweeping plans to restructure the Crown Corporation, which include ending door-to-door delivery. Negotiations to reach a new collective agreement have now been going on for more than a year and a half. A note to drivers, one of the interprovincial bridges connecting Ottawa and Gatineau will be closed overnight for the next 2 weeks. The Alexandra Bridge will be closed between 7 p.m. and 6 a.m. from tonight until Friday. It will also be closed overnight between Sunday and next Friday. The boardwalk will remain open for cyclists and pedestrians. Crews will be inspecting the bridge ahead of the upcoming replacement, which is set to be complete in 2032. Canadian Tire's warning shoppers about a recent data breach involving customer information. The breach impacts thousands of people who have an e-commerce account with Canadian Tire or its other banners, including Sport Chek, Marks, and Party City. The breach data includes names, email addresses, and in some cases, incomplete credit card numbers. The company says the information is not enough to access accounts and make purchases. Canadian Tire says it's working with experts to enhance its security. The Ottawa Public Library is looking to write a new chapter in the old Hunt Club neighborhood. A new report recommends staff begin developing a plan to open a branch in the area in 2027. Staff say a location near the Hunt Club Riverside Park Community Centre would be ideal. D'Angelo, the legendary R&B and neo-soul singer behind hits including Lady, Brown Sugar, and Untitled, How Does It Feel, has died, his family confirming he passed away today after a battle with cancer. The singer, whose real name was Michael Eugene Archer, was regarded as one of the most influential R&B artists of his generation.
Well hit ball to deep right center. Varsho back, and it's gone.
It was a tough Thanksgiving weekend for Toronto Blue Jays fans, the team losing 10-3 against the Mariners last night, their second straight loss at home. Seattle now leads the series 2-0. The Jays are now on their way to Seattle for Game 3, hoping to turn things around. And we really do hope they turn things around.
It's a longer series, so they have time, but an uphill battle for sure for the Jays. Speaking of, have you ever biked uphill in Gatineau Park just to take in a view?
No, I've walked.
Yeah, well, probably walked faster than me when I biked up. But Jackie, I think, has found a couple of people who did that cycle to Champlain Lookout today, and that view is worth it, right, Jackie?
I mean, Stefan, don't feel bad. I as well have not biked up here, but these two lovely ladies beside me have. We've got Nicole, we've got Maddie's. You guys did the trek up here. How was the journey to catch the sunset?
It was awesome. Takes what, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes if you hustle. Yeah, it's a great uphill.
We talked about just it's above seasonal temperatures today. 19 is what we saw. That great conditions for this, and it's cooling off now.
Yeah, the sun goes down and then it gets cooler, so you got to have layers to put on for the way down, for sure.
Maddie's, I want to talk about just the fall colors. Just what's it like cycling through Gatineau Park when you see all the orange, and the yellow, and the red, and even this beautiful sunset behind us?
It's awesome. It makes you want to come frequently.
You did mention that this is your first time this season capturing that sunset. Did you get enough pictures?
Yes, we did. We came in right in time, and I got my pictures.
Okay.
Yes, my friend did those. Sit there and, let's do the pictures right away.
Right away, and take in this marvelous view. Again, longtime friends here taking this journey together. If you can't do Champlain Lookout, what other spots do you enjoy here around Gatineau Park?
Well, I mean, the Gatineau is a circuit, so it's for me, it's a lookout. This is the spot to come to, but we often go to Wakefield, so that's also very nice.
Also a good spot to check out the fall foliage. Thank you so much, Nicole and Marise. Enjoy these places here, but you heard it yourself, Patricia. Champlain Lookout is the best place to capture these sunset views. So we're going to fully snap our picture. I'm going to take my phone out. You guys are going to take a picture with me, right? All right, let's do that selfie. We'll take it back to your studio as we take our lovely selfie with this sunset.
Oh, it's going to be a beautiful picture.
Back to you.
But Pink Lake is about halfway up. It's also a great place to stop if you're exhausted, like a lot of us would be. Thanks, Jackie.
There's a lot of content on Instagram that's unregulated. I've seen a lot of really gory stuff.
Well, just ahead, Meta announces new safety changes for teens on Instagram. We'll share what parents need to know about what's new.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
When you hear PG-13 content, you likely think of movies that would be appropriate for children and teens. Well, now Instagram doing something similar, introducing restrictions to ensure teens only see PG-13 content and requiring parental permission to change the settings. CTV's Dave Charbonneau explains.
Tori Beaumont knows how easy it is to get drawn into Instagram.
There's a lot of content on Instagram that's unregulated.
For her, the constant stream of videos and photos can sometimes be too much.
I've seen a lot of really gory stuff on there, some very explicit things on there. It's very good that I feel like they're cracking down on that sort of censorship.
Now, Meta says it's limiting teen accounts to PG-13 content by default and requiring parents to approve any changes. The new system is designed to be easy for parents to understand.
We're doing this to really speak the language of parents who are much more familiar with movie ratings in terms of kind of a familiar model for those who are using Instagram.
It's stuff like this, just any type of killing, anything.
But 17-year-old Bahir Zai says he still has access to mature content.
It does give you a warning saying it does have violence or something, and you could either click CY or you can click just to see the post.
Most kids are just scrolling through reels and stuff like that. I feel like it's a good feature to stop kids from seeing things they're not meant to see yet.
Some parents are already taking steps to filter what their kids see.
When I made the accounts for my kids, I put their ages in, and I made sure that everything was tied into what they were doing, and I went to my account to filter it all out.
One technology expert says the new measures may not catch every case.
They will start using artificial intelligence to determine if a child is being truthful or is lying about their age. But again, that technology, not 100% perfect. There's still a lot of kids slipping through the cracks.
I have a little reservation about AI being used to try and determine the age of my kids, because it could actually, people who are old enough get scanned young, and it could cause all sorts of problems.
And even teens like Tori Beaumont say the system won't be perfect.
I think it's good that they're trying to put age verification things in place, but I don't think that it's going to work, because let's be real, anyone can lie about their age online.
Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
A key deal in the gas sector is on track to be finalized by the end of the year. BNN Bloomberg's Marella Fernandez has the details.
The deal that would allow Sunoco to acquire Parkland has passed a key hurdle. The $9 billion U.S. agreement would allow Sunoco, an American fuel distributor, to take over Parkland, a retailer and refiner based in Alberta. It has passed a review under the Investment of Canada Act, which weighs the benefit of foreign ownership in a Canadian company. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar didn't change much. It ended the day at 71.21. West Texas Intermediate crude is down 80 cents to 58.27. Western Canadian Select is down more than $2 to 47.77. And the TSX shot up over 500 points today, sending it back up over 30,000. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marella Fernandez.
It always feels good to be able to help out the community with Thanksgiving.
Well, just ahead, the Ottawa Mission serves a record-breaking number of Thanksgiving meals in the capital.
Tamarack Ottawa Race Weekend returns May 23rd and 24th, and it's never too early to join Canada's biggest running celebration. From the full and the half marathons to the 10K, the 5K, and the 2K, there's a distance for everyone. Register early to save on fees, jumpstart your training, and get ahead on fundraising in the Desjardins Charity Challenge. Join thousands at the start line and be a part of something amazing. Visit runottawa.ca for more information.
Well, many of us spent Thanksgiving weekend with family or friends. Thousands were at the Ottawa Mission yesterday for the annual Thanksgiving dinner. The shelter serving a record number of meals this year as more people struggle to put food on the table. Some 18,000 Thanksgiving meals served by the Ottawa Mission. Lise Langevin enjoying one of them.
Oh, I feel better. So good. Oh, I wish it'd be like that every day.
Langevin just happy to have a home-cooked meal. She comes every October.
That feels good for me. Somebody at least prepare my meal.
There are many others like Lise who would otherwise go without this time of year. That number keeps growing.
It always feels good to be able to help out the community with Thanksgiving, and it's a lot of work for us, but it's well worth it when you see all the smiles on their faces, and everyone is so appreciative. It's amazing.
Food trucks out all week, making 41 stops, serving almost 16,000 dinners to clients across Ottawa.
Gratitude of the people in this room never ceases to amaze me. You're looking at a group of people here amongst us who just keep saying thank you.
I feel good. Very good meal.
Due to the Canada Post disruption, some donations were affected. However, as many as 300 frozen turkeys did arrive to make sure the meal would be a success.
It's amazing, just being able to have them. It means everything.
So many people here come from other areas, people who have left our doors years ago and moved into housing, moved into jobs, but they come back here because otherwise they'd be alone at home on a day like this. They'd rather be here, say hi to their old friends and have a sense of community, sense of belonging, and enjoy a great meal.
On the menu, traditional turkey, stuffing, vegetables, mashed potatoes, gravy, a bread roll, and apple pie for dessert, all served on a placemat with encouraging messages.
Feels great. Great meal. Great people.
It's not just the food, but the warmth and kindness from the team at the Mission. Langevin says she will be back for Christmas dinner as well.
I love it here. This is the best all the time.
The only thing left is to close the book.
Well, coming up, Taylor Swift fans will get to see behind the scenes of her record-breaking Eras tour in a new docuseries coming to Disney+. Can't wait. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. A couple of people still hanging around to enjoy the afterglow of this evening's sunset. And just a reminder for Gatineau Park and here to Champlain Lookout, there is a shuttle that runs 6 days a week, except for Wednesday. So if you're looking to come here tomorrow, can't do so by shuttle. But for the rest of the week, you're more than welcome to take the NCC shuttle. Now, here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. The last few drops of the sunset enjoyed over the Ottawa River and Alexandra Bridge. Current temperature, 17 degrees.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sneha Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Tomorrow on CTV Your Morning Ottawa, we are paging Dr. Paul to talk about RSV and what you need to know if you have a baby at home. Wake up the right way with Your Morning Ottawa starting at 6 a.m.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Here's what's on CTV tonight. MasterChef Canada, The Voice and High Potential. And here's a recap of the top stories we are following right now.
Our biggest unattached rates are in the urban areas. So think strategically, we've started to address the remote areas and getting them access to family physicians, but we haven't really concentrated on the inner city urban areas.
Well, the city is moving forward with this new plan to recruit and retain family doctors as tens of thousands of residents remain in need of a primary care provider.
And finally touched up by the Predators. And Ottawa is going to have a two-man advantage for 37 seconds.
Tough one for the Sens, who may have to go without their captain for the next month. That's how long Brady Tkachuk is expected to be out of action after he suffered a hand injury during yesterday's home opener.
I get it to help me because I have 4 kids, so it makes it easier to get ChatGPT to help me organize it.
A new survey shows many shoppers want a personal elf for holiday shopping, with more Canadians expected to turn to an AI for holiday gift ideas this year. What to get for a weather person with a wonderful sunset view as we get a final look at the weather forecast. Jackie, that view is holding on. It's getting darker, but it's still beautiful out there.
Yeah, you know what's not holding on, Patricia? The warmth. So with that sun setting, the wind has slightly picked up a little bit. And yeah, if you're definitely going to be out and about this hour, you definitely want your jacket. And you'll also need your jacket tomorrow morning when you start off the day at 6 degrees. Northwesterly or northern winds, I should say, 20 kilometers per hour. But the good news is we've got mainly sunny skies, only getting to a daytime high of about 13 degrees. The sunshine, and we'll get more sunshine for our Thursday, where we will stick to seasonal conditions. It's not until the weekend that we will likely see more rain. So the next 3 or 4 days, take advantage because we'll have dry, cool, and breezy conditions. We'll take it back to you in studio, Patricia, Stefan.
All right, good stuff. Thanks so much, Jackie. Looking good out there in Gatineau for us. CTV Stefan Keys here in Ottawa on the desk, getting set for the 11:30 tonight.
Yeah, Patricia, we are learning more about the Ontario government's plan to launch tariff attack ads south of the border. The $75 million commercial features a speech given by Ronald Reagan back in 1987, and the ad will hit stations like Fox, NBC, ABC, ESPN, CBS, and many local affiliate stations over the next 2 weeks. We'll tell you why Premier Doug Ford hopes those words will resonate with average Americans today. That story and more tonight at 11:30. And very interesting move because we don't know how the president might respond to these ads.
We never do.
Yes.
No, yeah, okay, so interesting stuff tonight. Stefan Keys will have all of that at 11:30 this evening. And we got a little Taylor to end things off. Doing it again, bringing her Eras tour back to Disney Plus with a new behind-the-scenes documentary series.
The only thing left is to close the book.
The End of an Era is a 6-part series that will look at the making of Swift's tour, a concert show which was shot at her final performance, which happened in Vancouver, will also be coming to the streaming service. Both are set to be available on December 12th. I'm looking at that date wondering, was that the date of that final show in Vancouver? It was right around then.
Okay.
Because I know I was at the final show in Toronto, which was supposed to be the end of an era, the final show, and then they added those Vancouver dates, and my good friend Steph Keys here did not buy me a ticket to fly me out across the country.
I did not.
So,
I didn't even buy myself a ticket. I'm just the worst person ever.
They were a little costly. You had to be lucky.
Just a tad.
You had to be lucky to get a code to get into those. Know someone who had one, so yeah. It was a good time. A lot of people will be wanting to check out the behind the series, which will be a little cheaper if you didn't get there. I'll buy you a ticket for that.
Okay, that sounds commensurate.
Look at that. Have a good night, everyone.